Hello everybody, this is Brother Ernest and we're here tonight at Boston Digital Printing School and NASA Lies Incorporated, where we print our forms of activism and we teach you how to organize and have an incredible day of activism. And along the way we teach you how to print t-shirts, we answer questions, and we teach you things that you're most likely not going to learn anywhere else. And I happen to personally believe and know that of all the t-shirt printers on YouTube or wherever the community that you're logging into, I blow them away on average. I mean, in this print center, we are leagues beyond the average printer that you're watching out there. And the benefit to what I teach you is that we're going to go through the whole process of how to build a shirt, how to import your graphic, build the correct, color template that you're going to need, because eventually I'm going to start teaching you how to do things like this here. Say, for instance, the ability to print onto glitter, which most people really don't even have a clue that anything like that exists. So I figured I would just go ahead and open up my print school, if you will, to you, my friends and family. And if you want to stop by our print school, or maybe you'd like to attend a print school, you could consider coming into our print school, because not only do I teach you how to print shirts on a direct-to-garment printer that we built here ourselves, we also teach you how to print on the Oki laser transfer printer system. We also teach you how to print into direct-to-garment sublimation printing, and we also teach you how to print on a different type of laser print. So tonight we'll be printing, we also just printed this, and it is dry now, so I can go ahead and move it. This was from our Friday nights at Harvard. Hello, how you doing, viewer? Good to see you on. Hopefully you find some interest in what we're doing. Let's take a look at this photo here. This photo is from Friday nights at Harvard, and that's us all in the gang outfit, if you will. And so what we're going to do, this is a shirt we made for a group, and let's go ahead and get started on this design. So, hi Caveman, this design, we're going to be building a shirt in commemoration, if you will, of 9/11. And so I printed it on my channel before. I just happened to love it so much. I really like this image. So we're going to get this image built correctly. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that should be about 3 inches down. All right, so over here, I'm working on importing a graphic that I had to redraw. Don't know if you can see it or not. Right there, you should be able to see it. I'm importing the graphic, and then I'm going to build my underlayer, pick my garment type. Change my color passes. I like to do 2 passes per each color that I'm working with. And we're going to underbase our entire image. And in doing so, I should have created a white layer for myself. Let's go ahead and create our white highlights. I am not sure what that is. So this is why it's always important to really look at your graphic. When you're looking at your graphic, all of a sudden you could have a little area like this right down here So we have to go into our master file and see just what that is. You see that right there? So if I would have printed that, that would have come out. That means that when I drew it into my iPad, let me find my pencil and I'll fix this issue real quick. When I drew this into my iPad, I must have saved it and scratched the screen. So, you know, that can happen at any given time. Let's go ahead and retract these doors here. I don't like to leave that open for the space of dust or something like that. We're going to just, well, I guess I just showed everybody my iPad password, but I guess I'll change it tonight. So we're going to take a look at this image right here, and this must be the image that, there it is, the squiggly little line. So what's kind of cool about this, and in the art world that I'm in, I'm using Adobe Sketch. Adobe Sketch allows you to really take control of your image. So if you have an image that you'd like to draw on, I highly recommend, as a digital artist, using Adobe Sketch. Now the difference between printing like this and, for instance, printing in a screen print format, which I just think that screen printing in today's time is just, you know, I don't have enough time to deal with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and erase this image. And that's using my iPencil. Go ahead and move this stuff here. And what's really cool about this is that, you know, we didn't spend a lot of time burning screens. We didn't spend a lot of time wasted either, because once I fixed this issue right there, I don't really think there's anything else that I see that I need to redraw. I could probably tighten those lines up a bit. These are things that I see that you may not see on your end, but as people who draw, you know, we're like, oh man, look at that there. You know, I see that error. Well, I'll show you how we'll fix this using Adobe Sketch. Adobe Sketch gives you a pretty cool ruler that you can manipulate. And if you're just want to always go a line above to see where you are on that line. And of course I've got my battery right under me. I just want to move that down a hair. That's probably good right there. And then what I'm going to do is just straighten out that line. That is done. Close that out. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I erased it actually. But we'll just put it right back in. And then we want to sharpen this area here and just bring it to a point like that. And then I can go ahead and white over that area here. And you know, when I think about it, I should be positioning the camera the opposite way, because I'm a right-handed drawer. And in order to be a right-handed drawer, you have to see me from the left. Now, it's my hope that each of you will share this video, because I truly think, and I don't know if I can be shown any other way here, that I'm probably one of the most advanced t-shirt printers, again, on YouTube or the industry. I've just had a lot of time to practice, probably more so than most. Again, I'm using Adobe Sketch. I happen to think Adobe Sketch is an incredible program for artists. It actually meets my needs. I like it more than I do Procreate. Procreate, you have to really be more of an artist to use. And of course, man, I am not an artist. You know me, I'm lucky if I can get some pretty much straight lines in there. But you know, we work with the tools we have, and you know, we just want to basically, I'm gonna have to get out of the ruler here and freehand a bit. And I keep forgetting that you all can't see me, sorry. So we're gonna move you right over here. That gives you a chance to see what I'm working on, and I can stand up. I like to stand up when I work. Although what I do here is strictly for charity. I don't earn any money by doing this artwork or printing. And I think that that should be, yeah, I mean, that really took a whole different take on that image. Just, you know, cleaning those few areas up. And I see a tiny little area here that's going to irritate me. I just want to get that off. Okay, so there, we're done with our image. We're going to save the image to my iPad, or I'll save it and send it over. Oh no. The dreaded, you did not charge your battery, but that's okay. The program usually saves your work, so let me see what happens. I'll roll a joint during this time. Let's see if I have that piece of artwork on my computer over here. Can't believe it did that. That is just, I wasn't paying attention. And before you knew it, I'm out of battery. Let me know over there when that comes on. Just start screaming, banging on your wall or something. I'll be like, oh, get right over there. I guess I would say that that's one of the places that, you know, maybe a screen printer might have me beat, is that he says, my stuff never shuts down. Maybe, but, you know, I'll get it right back to where we were. Okay. Who knows? Sometimes you have to start over, sometimes you don't. But if you do have to start over, and now I need to plug my iPencil up, and I have 3% battery. That's enough to connect over. Once it connects over, I can replug up. I want to make sure I'm not using the long plug. Okay, so let's see if it saved my artwork into what I was designing, and I think I need to change plugs ASAP. So I'll put that one in there, this one in here. Thanks for the patience of holding on. I don't live YouTube very much, so I should, and I just, you know, haven't. Let's see what's happening then. Huh. Well, I'm pretty sure that's not going to save now. It seems that my art program is kind of locked up on me. Not good. I don't know, maybe the government took control of my iPad, man. It has just completely gone berserk. Alright, I had to do a hard reset. Sorry about that, everybody. These things happen. While I'm doing that, I'm rebooting, I really can't print anything that I need except for this image that's on my iPad. Suppose I'll come over here and get a drink. Coffee or something, you know. I cannot believe that, man, that bums me out. Sorry about that, everybody. Truly apologize. So who do we have on? Let's see. I don't know how to tell if I have anybody on. 2 people on. Hang out with us. We'll make some great artwork. I'm pretty much familiar with recovering over issues like this because, you know, they truly happen at any given time. You never have control of when they don't. It looks like it saved everything. Yeah, because I took that little area out right there. I sharpened up that corner there. However, and we're just sharpening this image up, going over the places like that right there. You see this area here where I was painting earlier so fast on this that I didn't catch that. And if I would have printed that, I would have saw it. You would not have. You would not have even noticed. I, on the hand, I'd have been like, darn it, Ernest. Did you pay attention? See that right there? Just a little place that, you know, we want to go back in and touch up, that if we were screen printing this, it'd be too late. You wouldn't be able to recover from that error if you went to print. You'd have to go back and retouch your screen up. Of course, by then you'd have to lay the ink down, the plastisol down on the shirt again, and you know, you probably miss it if you have to keep doing that again. You'd have to flood your screen again. Here I don't worry about that. Here we just, you know, design and print. I do have a little directional issue that I'm worried about here, but this should solve it. I'll lower my pencil down a bit, and it looks like I'm right on it. Cool. And then I'll go just a little bit over it to make that point. So we've got our point right here, you see that? And then we're gonna go ahead and shade in our point to where it almost looks like a glow if you don't go back and ink the edge of your designs. As long as you do that, so we got a little area right here where it needs to be re-inked. Bam. And I think the rest of this is pretty much, I go on the print. It's a very simple image. See some areas here, and what I'll do, I don't want to do white because it'll create a white highlight in my art program. But I just want to back in here and touch that red up to where pen redefines the outer line. And then if it does that, it's not going to have a fuzzy look. And that's what we don't want to have. So we have to just re-ink a few places. This is very good for your tutorial actually. It's showing you how to use the tools in Adobe Sketch. If you learn how to use these tools in Adobe Sketch, you can pretty much draw anything that uses lines or circles. And I'm just touching that area up. We want to do one more right here across the top of this number. like this here. So we'll just take our pencil, go straight across there. That's our mark. Now we'll just color in a little bit of white here. Okay, cool. All right, man, that's it. Anything more than that, and I'm doing really nothing else that can make this simple image look beyond what it is. Let's get that sent to the iPad, or sorry, to my Mac. And then we'll get it sent over and it'll be ready to print. And this is how, you know, in my world, if you will, or my system of how I work, I communicate with different computers on different networks. We're going to save this into downloads, but first, before I do, I want to go take out the files that I just put in, like this building 7 to print, because that's a faulty file. Move to the trash. Let's get the new one put in there. Drop that into Creative Cloud. And this image will be called Building 6. Sorry, Building 7. Okay, now it's moved over, it's ready to print, so we'll go back over here. Thanks for holding on, everybody, while I had that little catastrophe of an error. And then we'll just go right back over here and print again. Got to make sure that I stay charged up. Coming over here to our RIP program, going to find a different image. This is the image we want to print. We want to get rid of this image. If we print that, that would have been devastating. We certainly would have ruined a shirt. Let's take a look and get this put into our file here. We want to start this off at about 3 inches from the top. Create the heavy background, transparent. We're going to now throw in the white layer. I want to look at this. Okay, and we're going down 14 and a half, 15 inches. We're 2.5 to 3 inches down. From the top, we're going to not worry about white highlights. We're going to do 2 layers, 2 layers. Black cotton. We want to make sure that our transparency is set correctly. Okay, and then once we have all this set, we're going to look at our color settings. I want my colors to go a little bit darker than what they are. So we're going to apply that there. Let me take a look at my color levels. That's looking good. When we go to preview, that's what I've got in print. Set my material color. We're going on to black. I just want to get a visual for it. 3 inches down. It looks like we're 1.5 inches over, 1.5 inches over. This could be set correctly. Our white is done, heavy white. Let's go ahead and build it. It looks like it's ready to go. So now we're ready to print. Okay, so 10 minutes later, we just recovered from an issue and we're ready to print here in just a second. By the time we're ready to print, I will have rolled a joint. Tonight's cannabis that we're smoking is Blue Velvet. Blue Velvet is a hybrid, indica base hybrid. I think it's mainly leaning toward indica. That tells me that my print file is ready. Grinding our cannabis, waiting for our file to load, which it should just be about ready loaded. Let's take a look over here, pages to the printer. Let's see here. This is a cool cone roller. I really like it because even though rolling cones is a little bit of art, this just takes all the work away. Get your little cone roll. Let's see, process jobs, pages to the printer. Our job's not there, so that means that for some reason it didn't want to take that job. So let's go build this again. Grab our shirt, drop it in here. Change our black cotton, heavy white. I don't know why it didn't take the artwork, but you know, sometimes it doesn't. Let's go ahead and change white density to a 20 again. All right, we've got our white layer here. We don't want to import any white layers, but we certainly want to use transparency to detect our background. Otherwise, it's just going to print white right under the color, and you should be able to see right back here what I'm looking at. So if you can look right there, that's what we're going to print. So this dark area becomes white. Under the color settings, we want to go to a tad bit darker than what I was because I do like that dark color look. I say we just run one bar over. I don't want to go too dark. Once we apply it, let's take a look at our color setting. Yeah, it's going to look nice. You know, just set our material preview color. There's our black, and we're coming over 1.5 inches over from the center. That's going to be about our center point, and I want to drop this thing down about 3 inches there. It's about 3 fingers down. Print settings, we're on a white bypass of 2 passes and a color bypass of 2 passes. CMYK black cotton is okay. Let's go ahead and get that printed. I know that nothing's in the printer, and as you can see, the file is now being sent over the printer. By the time it's sent over, I'll have my joint rolled. Are we done yet? If we are done yet, no, we still. Thanks for holding on. We're about to print this shirt up, and it's going to look incredible. If you're in the Boston area, you can attend a week of print school if you'd like. Great, Scott, I go to roll this thing and my paper got stuck. That's about the only thing that pisses me off about that roller is that every now and then it'll get stuck. So that's kind of cool. By the time I'm rolling this, it'll, we'll be ready to print. So what we're going to go do on this image is lay our white image down, and then we're going to come back over our white with color. Just like you would if you're screen printing. You'd lay your white layer down first, and then all other layers go after your white. we should be ready to go. It's got to do one more image and then it'll, it's got to go build my color layer real quick. All right, so it's going to build that color layer real quick. Let's go ahead and get my joint roll. Can't do any printing without your joints. That is a simple fact. All right. Got my joint rolled up. I happen to the best print school in the United States of America because you can smoke cannabis at our print school. Believe it or not, our organization, well, it's part of our bylaws, we have an actual print school. Seeking accreditation, but I don't know if we'll get it. Maybe we will. I mean, who knows? Sometimes I don't think that. All right, let's take a look at our shirt. That's what we want right there. So let's go ahead and here we go. All right, everybody, so we're printing. Oops. Let's go ahead and hit cancel there just in case something goes wrong. My drawer was not all the way in. So simply stopping that print will hopefully save my drawer, or it'll catch it. Little things that you forget can just creep up on you. All right, let's get this thing going. Get this reloaded. Let's go ahead and get this printed again. Here we go. All right, everybody, now the printer is going to fire off and give us a print. All right, it's got to restart itself. All right, so hurry up so we can start. All right, so coming upon done. Yes, I know, come on. Don't know when my wife gets home. She went to a movie with my son. So the goal of this channel, beyond just activism that we do, everybody, is to bring you a shirt and to discuss the printing methods that are used in printing this shirt. So take a look at what's happening. As we look down here, the printer is laying our white layer. Let me move this over here. So as you can see, we're getting our white layer put down, and then it's going to come back over this layer with color. So if you were screen printing, you would have to be laying your color layer. On top of your color layer, you would then come back and lay your upper register of color. One thing that I've just learned on using my YouTube, let's go cancel. Using my YouTube system is that there is no flash. Oh, enable flash, there it is, okay. That's better so you can actually see it printing. And it's laying the white layer this, for me, everybody, is the easiest way to print. A harder way to print, of course, would be to use the Oki 8432 because it's a very unforgiving. It's left only for the pros. Only the pros should be using an Oki 8432 because, let me tell you something, that's a print that you can truly make an error on. Is my flash still on? No, my flash went off. Let's go to try to disable flash. See if we can't enable flash. There we go. So the white layer's printed. We're going to go back now. And there's just a very light haze. Of course, you can't see it of the word Building 6. So let's go ahead and put this back in now. And let's go ahead and run our second option here. That's going to be our color option. That's our white option. This one must be our color. Let's see here. All of a sudden my color is gone. So let's find my second layer here. There it is. How do I get that color back? Because that color has just disappeared from my file, which means I could end up with a double print. So both of these are white and white, but all of a sudden my color's gone. That is not good. My color just left. I wonder if this is my color. I'm just not going to know. Yeah, that would be my color. What happens if I duplicate the job? There are 2 pages currently being printed. Well, where's the second page? Is this it? That's showing me that that's the white page. If I print that white page again, guess what happens? I get more white. I don't want any more white. This is the strangest thing that I've seen. We don't want to reprint that. Let's just go to duplicate job and see what happens. My color layer just completely disappeared. This is white, white. You should have white and then color. I don't get it. My color layer just completely disappeared in the middle of a print. Wow. Which creates a solid white box. I guess with that solid white box, I could go back and create this by vinyl so that all is not lost, but I have no idea why this is stuck on rendering just my white layer. Very interesting. I've had a hell of a time with this image, quite honestly. Yeah, you know what? I think it's only going to give me one layer. Dude, I'll never be able to reproduce that because I won't know the measurements. I mean, this damn RIP program just went nuts on me. This is very interesting, you know. I mean, very interesting because this, you know, I'll go in and factor things like, okay, to print this shirt right here, it cost me $2.59. But it cost me more than that because guess what? I don't have a color layer. Ah, there it is. It came back. I wonder if I'll get it. Okay, if I get this, I'll have to move it 1/16 of an inch to the right because that's what I have to do. So I have to go in and move this 1/16 of an inch to the right, which means I'm going to have to come back here and see if that's correct. That is correct. I can already see it. 1/16 of an inch to the right. All right, let's see if I can get this. 1/16 of an inch to the right. And I'm just putting in my color layer. 1/16 of an inch to the right. And let's see if I got it. Man, I hope I got it. If I got that, that will be the ultimate recovery that you saw live on a DTG error. And you know what? I don't know if I'm that good to get that problem solved. So we're going to see if I do it now. I mean, I think I moved it over, but, you know, I don't know. We're going to know the moment it starts printing. Nervous, I'm nervous, but it's moving within the boundaries. We should start to see the 7 eventually. Oh, I got it. Oh my God, I got it. Wow. That is insane. Man, I cannot believe I caught that. I did it. Wow, dude, I mastered my measurements by eyeball and familiarity with my print area. Dude, I'm kind of stunned right now. I got to get this on battery and make sure that I'm charged up. I recovered from an ultimate error. Wow. The error was not my fault. The error was just the RIP program. The RIP program killed on me. It just quit. All right, so I don't know how much battery I have. I don't know how to walk you all over here to see if I have battery, but I can move the plug. All right, no time to waste. This bigger plug can come out of here. You all saw me recover from a disastrous error. I can already see it's just a tad off. But I'm telling you, if I never told you, you would not know. Man, I recovered from an awesome error, everybody. That is insane. I had to kind of adjust the print boundary, and I kind of missed it. I see it. You never will. Man, you guys saw me recover from a massive error. I guess that's why I can teach a print school. All right, so just so you know, printing a shirt on direct-to-garment, it's not something, I got to tell you, man, this is not something you're going to learn overnight. You're going to spend a lot of money. And you should not even sell a shirt to a person until you've at least printed 100 to 200 shirts, or you're just printing for your friends and family or something. Because things like this can occur, or something can break down on your printer, and if you don't know what you're doing, well, you're in deep, shinola. I got to look at my print area and my walk area. Doing this so long, I already know to keep a easy walkable area. Otherwise, you're going to crash into things and you're going to need things. So what I'm going to do is just move you all over here, but I'm also going to move my plug. All right, so another thing is that if you can print in an environment like I print in, then that means you can print mobily. You can print at conventions or fairs. And that's kind of my job, to get a design, print at a convention, a fair, a football game, even though I hate sports, but I'm printing this way. I mean, my thoughts was that, I was going to print for the Flat Earth community, and the Flat Earth community would support our organization, but that's not really happening. So then I find myself having to print for businesses. And so just so you know, getting a shirt over to your platen is only the start of the problem, right? I mean, you've still got so many other things you need to worry about, such as, let me just bring the camera over here and I hope this doesn't fall. But to ensure that it doesn't, I'll put down my control sprayer for a moment. This is what I use to pre-treat my shirts. Pre-treating is a method that's used so that your white ink, and really all of your ink, can lay down on a black shirt or a colored shirt. Now, this is the hard part because sometimes you stretch your shirt when you pull it over, and I may have done just that. I won't know until I get my print done. But, the part of pressing your shirt is making sure that you're not pulling on a corner. Because if you pull on a corner in your area, you can change the direction of your shirt or the graphic. So you can pull a thread. And so part of the art of printing a direct-to-garment shirt is in how to lay the image and how to put your shirt on without, affecting the layout of your shirt. Let me explain. In some cases at our school, right, this is laid correctly. I laid this image down perfectly. But then there's times when things are not laid perfectly. Like you see this here. This is not laid perfectly. It's not laid symmetrically. So, your center point would be right there, right on that K. And over here, our center point is here. I see it already, so it's moved over to the right. And these are things that we teach. You're not always going to be able to get your shirt placed on a platen until you've printed so many that you just understand how your printer works and how your platen works. And that's what we teach at the school. By the time you leave our school, by the time you enroll in our school, you know a lot. By the time that you leave the school, you know how to tear apart a printer and build your own, and how to pre-treat your shirts, and how to get those shirts ready for your different colors. I'm using just a standard Stahl's Hoptronics heat press. It does the job for me. I mean, I've pressed some amazing things. I've pressed on wood. I've pressed on ceramic. I've pressed on glass. so as with all direct-to-garment printing, exact placement is simply not possible. It's not like the Oki laser. Any image can be literally, like I don't do infant onesies or toddler tees by direct to garment. I use a different method. Now, during the print, the RIP program just kind of faulty. It went faulty on me. So let's go ahead and take a look at this shirt and check for the evenness and the consistency of the downward flow. And even I, at times, right? Even I, at times, I still create a downward angle. And that can be from how I loaded it onto the platen. What should be done, well, maybe not. Let's see. I think I might have put that on wrong. I tell you, I'll just line that up right there, and then we'll see. See, this is part of the issue, right? People on the spot, live on the spot, they don't want to pay for, shirts unless they're perfectly centered. And we'll take a look. Now, I think I'm pretty much on my platen correctly. And a lot of this business is simply by eyeball. Hold on a second. Where'd you guys go? I think I might have hit my time mark.